Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy Tactics walkthrough. We are making our fourth trip into the deep dungeon. This one is Valkyries. I think that's the name of this. And alright, so as far as treasures here, we've got X4Y2 is the Faith Rod, X5Y0 the Kaiser Plate, X5Y1 Fairy Harp, and X12Y8 an Elixir. So, I would say two really good items. I believe, if I remember correctly, that the Fairy Harp can actually be poached. So, on that one. But I believe Faith Rod and Kaiser Plate are both unique to this level. So, finally... Well, I guess technically in the last battle we did get into some, unique items finally, but here it looks like I've got all kinds of Ochus. So, I don't know. I guess if I would have had Poach equipped on somebody, this would have been a decent round. However, I did not, so I'm not able to take advantage of that. But anyways, nothing really fancy here, nothing new, that we haven't already done. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to speed up Rafa here, as well as turn her into a chicken, and then try to get her back up to the 10 brave. Excuse me, oofta. All right, so let's get this started here. Turn this young lady into a chicken, which, by the way, delicious. I have a fried chicken addiction, which I'm proud of. I don't care. I don't care who knows. I love it. I'm not going to stop. All right. Guts. No, wait, what? No, not scream. There we go. We got to cheer that lady up. Let's get going. So once again, now I've brought this up in a couple of the other videos, but one thing I want to talk about here with Rafa anyway is that I decided to use her for all of my treasure hunting needs. And what I mean by that is in order to find the treasures here in the deep dungeon, you're going to need somebody with a low brave level. Now, and again, I've already, if you've already listened to this spiel in the other videos, I apologize, but I feel like it's useful for these, deep dungeon battles. But anyways, the rate that you find the rare treasures in here is based off of your brave. Obviously, you want well, maybe it's not obvious, but you want a low brave rating, I guess, or a low brave number, however you want to say that. And so I believe right now she's going to end up with 12 brave, which means there's still actually a 12% chance that she's going to find a Phoenix down instead of the rare item. So, unfortunately, though, with just the way that brave works in this game, it's nearly impossible to get a perfect rate on the move find item. Actually, it is completely impossible. What I mean by that is at every single turn, Rafa or a chicken, anybody, whoever's a chicken, gains 1 brave at the beginning of the turn, and then they take their movement. So even if you did have her or bring her brave down to 0, she would take her turn and then move, and she'd be up to 1 brave, which would still mean that she'd have a 1% chance of finding, the common item. But anyways, then you'd have to find some way of channeling her into the right spot, using like enemies or something, and that's just not going to be fun. So anyways, long story short, what I always do is let her get back up to 10 brave so that I can control her again, and then I go hunt down the treasures. So that is what I will be doing here. So, alright, let's I believe we're getting close to one of the treasures. Oh, kind of. So, anyways, back to Rafa's setup too. Definitely should have gone with something like a knight, so that she could equip the Excalibur, and then gone with Germinus boots. You know, maybe there's a better setup out there for her, like maybe Ninja. I don't remember right off the top of my head what their jump rate versus their movement rate is. But here, I've got her as a monk, and monk gets a little bit of a boost to their jump stat. You know, I think it's a 4 as opposed to a 3, and her movement is a 3 as well. But again, you know, what I actually did here, I went with the, what is it, the Setiumson or something like that. I forget the actual name of that that perfume, but it actually makes her invisible as well as gives her haste. So that's kind of cool. I mean, the fact that it gives her haste, that's awesome. And then actually the fact that she's invisible to enemies, pretty useful as well. So there's something to be said for that. But, you know, I feel like I could have tweaked the setup just a little bit to make this go a little bit faster. You know, unfortunately, with her movement only being a 3, she just can't cover much ground very often. So that, I would say, was the only thing that kind of bugged me about this setup here. But I believe my exit tile was down at the bottom somewhere. So we'll gradually make our way down there as well. Keep in mind, again, now I've definitely mentioned this before in the other videos, but your exit tile isn't necessarily going to be the same as my exit tile. My impression was that it's randomly generated upon entering. So again, keep that in mind as well. The cool thing is, though, you only need to actually discover that tile once, you know, to continue on. And even if you do come back in here, so we'll just say you know, missed a treasure or something on the way, or on your initial visit, you know, don't worry. You can still find the exit tile in any subsequent encounters, or you know, you can even find the treasures in any subsequent visits to this place. The only thing, though, the only caveat to that would be the fact that if you do find the common treasure, which is, I believe, always a Phoenix Down inside here, if you ever find a Phoenix Down and you absolutely need that item, reset your game, because there is no way to fix that, essentially. So keep that in mind. These treasures are one time only, and if you don't get the right one, well, you are boned. And that happened to me quite a bit. Luckily for me, a lot of my failures came in one of the best maps. I believe it's in 2 more maps. It's called Tiger, and all the treasures are actually located at the very beginning of the map. So, you know, even if you do end up not getting what you want, it's not that big of a deal. You just reset, and you don't, you know, necessarily have to waste a ton of time, which again is really nice. But you know, it's unfortunate though, because that's not how it works out all the time, and oftentimes you'll get to the end of the map, or you'll find the exit tile and then grab your last treasure, and bing bang boom, it ends up being a Phoenix Down, and you have to reset your game, which again is a total drag, but it does happen. It's been known to happen, and it most likely at some point will happen to you. So tough titty. Obviously, though, with if you can get Rafa or whoever your treasure hunter is, you don't necessarily have to make it Rafa. I always actually just use her because her brave starts out so low already, and and then on top of that, I barely ever use her. That's probably the biggest reason why I actually use her for the treasure hunting, is I don't use her for normal battles. And so, you know, I really don't mind that her brave level ends up being a bit damaged. So, again, that's my 2 cents. All right, what are we going to do here with Mustadio? I think I'm going to zigzag a little bit and try to cover some ground here in order to try to find that exit tile. So, that's the plan anyway. Alright. All kinds of these Ochu bodies in the way. And we're finally getting close to some more treasures here. I believe. Hopefully. Yeah, as far as... Yeah, I guess we already went over all of the treasures. But Faith Rod, Kaiser Plate, Fairy Harp. Faith Rod, I don't know. It's okay. It's an okay item. The thing is with that, you can obviously duplicate it if you need to. Actually, you can duplicate the Fairy Harp as well. And the Kaiser Plate. Kaiser Plate's kind of interesting. I forget which one that is. But there's 2 shields in here that are somewhat interesting. And by here, I mean the Deep Dungeon. One is the Venetian Plate and one is the Kaiser Plate. And I don't remember which one is which, but one of them, I believe, reduces the amount of damage from fire, ice, and lightning. And the other one increases your damage with those 3 abilities. So, you know, if you've got a mage or something that you like to use, or... Yeah, I guess I don't know. That's the only real class I would say that benefits that much. There's the Kaiser Plate. Yeah, so if you've got, you know, a class or a character that you like to use as a mage, you know, and again, I forget which one it is, if it's the Kaiser Plate or the Venetian Plate, but one of them strengthens those attacks. So, you know, kind of useful, kind of cool. And there's the Fairy Harp right next door. Alright, so what did we have left here? Kaiser Plate, Fairy Harp. Faith Rod should actually be quite close here, too. So, I guess that's one kind of good thing. I know in some of my previous playthroughs I had issues with this particular map and not getting what I needed. There it is. So those are the 3 significant rewards for this, or treasures, I should say, for this map. And now you can kind of tell where I'm at, right? So if you're having troubles finding or navigating this level, those 3 treasure chests are all basically, all 3 treasures are located kind of right where Rafa is at right now. But, alright, so we're going to continue looking for the... Actually, I guess technically, I do believe I did go try to find the elixir. Or did I already do that? I may have already done that. Let's see. That should have been at 12:08. Yeah, we already got that. I'm sorry. So my bad. I must have looked away for a second and missed when she picked it up. I do that frequently. But it looks like I'm actually headed kind of back up towards the entrance with those 2 characters, Beowulf and Rafa. I believe, though, I do find the exit down here, kind of by Mustadio. Look at all this light. Yeah, look at that. It's really easy to tell where we're at now. Okay, so that's 4 crystals? That's a significant amount of light for 4 crystals. Looks good. I always do like the when it gets to this point, it just feels like it's easier to navigate and it's less, I don't know, annoying, for lack of a better word. Boy, her brave is getting really low. So that's one other thing that you kind of have to be mindful of with these characters, is that, especially the ones, if you use the same one to find all your treasures, eventually you'll start getting warnings that their brave is getting too low. And I think if you ever let it go below 6 permanently, I think they have the risk of running away on you. So be careful of that, obviously. Don't ever let your characters get that low on Brave. Oh! There it is! Okay. So I actually thought it was way down at the bottom by Mustadio, but that was not the case. So there's our exit tile. So let's... Oh, why did I just end it with it? That was weird. What? What am I doing? This makes no sense to me. I'm not sure why I didn't just end the battle. That's really weird. What is going on here? Okay, I don't know if I was trying to... Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to repair Rafa's Brave a little bit. I guess. At least once. I was like, what is going on? Alright, so we're Brave is back up to 17. That's probably okay. So, for every 4 points that you drop a character's Brave level by, they lose 1 point on the overworld map. And then conversely, obviously, if you increase a character's Brave by 4, they get increased by, or their Brave level gets increased by 1 on the main map. So you can essentially repair a character's Brave as well as destroy it, which again you have to be fairly careful on. But anyways, all right. So I think what I'm gonna do here, I'll probably go into the if I remember correctly. Anyway, I went into the status screen here and just to show you guys the new items that I got. But I'll be honest, I don't know. Oh, okay. So this one is the one that strengthens fire, lightning, and ice, and it's got a decent amount of magic evasion as well as physical. So kind of neat. Fairy Harp is neat as well. Obviously, it adds that charm, or it has the chance to charm while you deal damage. And then the Faith Rod makes your character always have Faith on, which is kind of interesting actually as well. That'll increase their damage output as well as increase the damage that character takes. But anyways, I hope this guide was helpful, and as always, hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.